All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a founder, you know the venture capital grind. I mean, it is a full-time job on top of your actual full-time job, right? You're pitching, you're taking endless meetings, you're trying to figure out these complex term sheets. And all the while, you're supposed to be building a company. But what happens when that forward momentum just stops?
You know the feeling. The enthusiastic yeses start turning into quiet maybes. The follow-up emails, crickets. That initial buzz around your round has faded, and now you're staring down the barrel of a dwindling runway and a stalled raise. It's an incredibly stressful and, honestly, pretty isolating place to be. It's where so many good companies hit a wall they just can't seem to break through.
And this, right here, is the painful truth of it all. You start making compromises. You start chasing any investor who will even take a meeting, even if you know in your gut they aren't the right fit. You're burning precious time and energy on a path that, let's be honest, might be a dead end. We've all seen it happen. Great products, great teams, they just run out of time because they were locked into one single fundraising strategy that wasn't panning out. But what if there was another way?
What if you had a new ally in your corner? A strategic co-pilot you could turn to the moment the VC path starts looking rocky. This is all about shifting your mindset from just hoping an investor says yes to actually creating your own options.
So meet the VC Backup Plan GPT. Seriously, think of it like having a seasoned venture strategist right in your pocket, ready to go 24/7. Its entire mission is to help you build a smart, tailored, non-dilutive capital plan. And what does that mean? It means funding that does not require you to give away precious equity in the company you're bleeding for. This isn't just about finding cash. It's about building a real contingency plan that gives you leverage and control right when you need it the most.
Now, here's the most important part. This is not about getting some generic advice you could find on a blog. No way. This is about building a completely custom roadmap based on your company's specific situation. And getting started, well, it couldn't be easier. It's a really straightforward two-step conversation. First, you just provide the core metrics of your business. That's it. Second, you get a tailored analysis and a concrete plan of action back. No fluff, no wasted time, just a direct line to a real actionable strategy. So let's look at what it asks for. It's not asking for your life story, it just wants the hard numbers that actually matter. Your industry, your current revenue, your monthly burn, and your estimated runway. And why these specific numbers? Because every single recommendation it makes has to be grounded in your financial reality. That's what separates real strategic advice from, just generic cheerleading. And this is what all that data actually builds for you. After you plug in your metrics, you don't just get back a few vague ideas. You get a full-fledged, actionable plan. Let's break down exactly what's inside. Okay, first and foremost, you get your top 3 non-dilutive funding options, curated specifically for your startup. Not a laundry list of 50 different things to chase, but a super focused list of the 3 most viable paths for you to pursue, like right now. And these options, they're pulled from a whole range of powerful but often overlooked sources. We're talking about things like revenue-based financing, which is absolutely perfect for a SaaS company with predictable revenue. It lets you get capital based on your sales without giving up equity. Or what about grants? I mean, that's essentially free money for innovation. These are real, tangible alternatives to slicing off another piece of your company. But the plan goes even deeper than that. It gives you a timeline. It actually maps out which options are immediate actions you can take, say this month, like applying for grants, versus midterm plays, like securing revenue-based financing. It shows you not just what to do, but when to do it. It's a real roadmap. The GPT also gives you this incredibly clear side-by-side comparison. Just look at the trade-offs here. With venture capital, you're staring at high dilution and giving up control. But on the non-dilutive path, you keep your equity, you keep your control, and just look at the speed and flexibility. Non-dilutive capital is often way faster and comes with much more founder-friendly terms. Seeing it laid out like this is such a powerful gut check. It can totally change how you view your entire fundraising strategy. And all of this, it leads to a fundamental shift in how you think. This is about so much more than just a backup plan. It's about the incredible power that comes from having options. This right here, this is the core principle. When you walk into a negotiation with a VC and they know you have nowhere else to go, guess who holds all the cards? They do. But what happens when you have a credible, non-dilutive funding plan in your back pocket? The whole dynamic flips. You're not asking anymore, you're choosing. You get to negotiate from a position of strength, not desperation. And this might be the most critical idea to get your head around. For way too long, founders have been taught that VC is plan A and anything else is some kind of failure. That is just plain wrong. For so many businesses, a non-dilutive strategy isn't a backup. It's a smarter, faster, more efficient primary plan. It's the overlooked plan A that lets you grow on your own terms.
So, at the end of the day, the goal is really simple. It's about protecting the two things that matter most to any founder: your equity and your control. This whole approach lets you build a smarter runway and hit your key milestones without giving away a huge piece of your company before you absolutely have to. Okay, so the GPT gives you the insight, it gives you the roadmap. The next move is all about turning that powerful insight into decisive action. I want you to think of the plan you get from the GPT as the appetizer. It's powerful, it's insightful, and it gives you immediate clarity on your real options. It's the perfect first course in your new capital strategy.
But for those of you who are ready to execute that plan with an expert guide, well, there's a main course.
You can take the insights from the GPT and book a one-on-one premium capital planning session. This is where you work directly with an expert to do a serious deep dive, build out the tactical execution plan, and actually get connected to the right funding partners. If you're serious about this, this is your next step. The link is right there for you. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Imagine for a minute that the fundraising grind wasn't your biggest bottleneck. Imagine that capital was a tool that you controlled, not a gatekeeper you had to impress. What could you and your team really build then?